What is up guys, Taiki here, and in this video I'll be going over how to identify early farms that are safe and ape into them. If you like the content, please like and subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section below. So let's get started. And none of this is financial advice. Okay, so always the risk with farms is getting rugged, right? If you can identify farms that are safe and if you can be early enough, you can literally print a lot of money. However, there's always the risk that the developer just takes your assets and runs away with them. And that's always that's the scariest part of farms, right? Because most of these farms, like the founders are anonymous, so that, like, if they run away with your funds, like there's nothing you can do. So to avoid that, I'll be going over the steps you can take to kind of audit the farms and identify them early enough where the APRs make sense. Timestamps will be in the video, so you can skip ahead to your favorite section whenever you want. But first, let's go over what are farms and like how do these APRs even happen. So the biggest farm on Polygon is something called Polywhale, and essentially what you do is you stake tokens. Right, you stake into any of these pools and you can earn Krill tokens for free. And the deposit fee, the 4% deposit fee that you see here, will be used to buy back Krill in the market. So, in other words, right now I have Quick deposited into Polywhale and I'm earning Krill for free. And with this Krill, I'm dumping it into the markets and buying things that I actually want. Like I don't want to own Krill, I want to buy ETH, Bitcoin, Matic, anything, right? So if you think about it, there's every day, every minute, every hour, there's selling pressure on the Krill token, right? And the only buy pressure on the Krill token come from the deposit fees, or there's just like random people that think Krill is a great investment, which like don't buy Krill in the market, please don't, because here's an example of a farm that lasted a few months. This is Goose, it's on Binance Smart Chain. In the first few weeks, like everyone deposit and like everyone makes a lot of money, but over time, people that are late to the party just get wrecked because I mean, there's like literally zero buying pressure. There's only sell pressure. So, always understand how tokenomics work. Like literally the token inflation is like infinite. Like they're going to keep printing tokens and there's going to be infinite sell pressure every single day. Your APRs are directly correlated to the amount of risk that you take. So for example, Polywhale is the biggest farm on Polygon. It has almost $200 million locked. And the APRs are still great. I mean, on my Quick, I'm earning 340%. Not so bad. But if you're getting into like really early farms in like the first few hours, the APR can be in the millions. But also there's a high risk because how do you know that the farm is safe? Like the market thinks that this farm is safe because a lot of whales have already deposited, right? And like I said, like I'm just farming and dumping my Krill tokens for something I actually want. So for example, I own 10 Must and I didn't spend a single dollar on Must. Like I literally just took all my farm tokens and just swapped it for Must. And Must is roughly $276, so like that's almost $3,000 that I got for free just by farming and dumping the tokens in the market. And I just own Must because they're the second largest decentralized exchange after QuickSwap. And though the numbers are kind of underwhelming, if the Matic ecosystem pops off, then I think the Must token can play catch up with the QuickSwap token. Anyways, next I'll kind of change topics into why I'm bullish Quick. So if you don't know, like Quick is the largest decentralized exchange on the Matic ecosystem. They do more transactions every 24 hours than Uniswap. They generate less fees because people are like doing smaller transactions, but I still think that's pretty cool. Literally a week ago, I made a video on like how I sold a third of my Quick position after I captured 3x because it would not surprise me if the Quick token did something like this, right? Because everyone that bought at 100 was capturing a 15x at $1,500. So it would not surprise me if the price dumped. And that's kind of exactly what happened, right? Like it went from 1,500 or 1,600 to like 800 now. And if you follow me on Twitter, I said I bought more at 760. Let's go. And I'm not just buying Quick because I think the price will go up. I do think Quick will go up. I don't think it'll go to like $3,000-$4,000. I think the fully diluted value of Quick can be maybe 1.5 to 2 billion. So there's not that much upside. Maybe like a 2x from here. But the Quick token has so much utility because as you saw on my Polywhale farm, like you can deposit Quick. It's like the only Matic native token that you can farm with. That you can earn 250% on. And if you think about the APYs, Yes, I'm earning krill, which I think is worthless, but I can go on QuickSwap and just swap krill with anything I want. So if, for example, if I want Matic, I can just buy Matic. So the 350% APY or APR, you can kind of think of it as, okay, like if I actually want more ETH, I'm technically earning 350% paid in ETH because transaction fees are 0 on Matic, and you can just harvest. Let me just do it right now. Okay, I'll just harvest this like for like 0 fees, and I'll buy Matic. Why not? So yeah, I'll buy Matic. Oops. Why not? Because I am bullish the ecosystem, so might as well. So if you think about it, like I'm earning over 300% APR on a relatively safe farm on my quick tokens, so it has a lot of utility. So if you think like I don't really care if the price goes down to 700 or 600. I might care if it goes down to 500. If the price remains stable, like I'm still making money because I'm farming with it. And if the price goes up, then I'm making more money because like not only is my asset, is my like collateral going up, like I'm still earning more farm tokens with it. And the farm that I got into last night was called Gameswap. It was like a really the website was really janky. The website went down a few times last night, so it was kind of scary. But like this farm was insane. I think yesterday alone I got 7 must from it. Right, that was like $1,600 in like 5 hours, and the price of STONKS was like $20 yesterday, but now it's $2. So yeah, literally the ponzinomics are like crazy, right? Because the tokens just go down. And even in the past hour, I've earned 30 STONKS, which is worth $60. So I'm gonna harvest this after the video and like buy more Matic or something. But how do I know that GameSwap was safe, right? Because yesterday when they initially launched with like $100,000 locked, there was no way to know if the thing was safe, right? Because anonymous developers. So first of all, let's go over the 2 steps. First of all, how can I be early into farms? And then second, I'll go over how can I vouch that it's safe. So to be early into these farms, there's a website called vfat.tools/Polygon, and you can look at all the other chains like Binance Smart Chain, Hiko, the Huobi ecosystem, AVAX, Phantom, Harmony, all these chains. And this is a website that kind of aggregates all the yield farm opportunities available. And I was able to identify GameSwap here really early, and I was able to check whether it was safe or not. But always, like then the question is like, how do I know if it's safe? Well, luckily I found this spreadsheet called the Public Rug Doctor Farm Diagnosis Test, where essentially there's this guy. His name is the Rug Doctor, and he literally spends his time looking at code for farms to check if it's safe or not. And he kind of has like these colors, like okay, like Polymouse, like this thing rugged, right? The developers just ran with it, and other things like this one they rugged as well. Obviously, you can't just take this at face value because this is an anonymous person on the internet checking code and telling the community if it's safe or not. But it's an amazing tool to have. And yesterday, literally, I just went on here. I saw GameSwap, and he said it's a jig fork. It seems fine. There's UI problems, like the website kept going down, but they can't run away with your funds. So I'm like, okay, like this thing has meme value, like STONKS, and if they can't run away with my money, then the only thing that I risk is the 4% deposit fee. And if I'm early into these farms, then I can assume that I can earn this back, the 4% deposit fee back in a few hours. So with that being said, I'll provide a link to this in the description, but this is a good tool to have. And the one thing that I found is called Polycake, and this thing is going to launch in 23 hours. So, you know, if you're following me in this channel, and if you're, depending on when you're watching this, this could be an opportunity for you. There's like an 80% chance I'll go into this. I'm not sure. I'm still researching, but this, according to Rug Doctor, this is a fork of Polyfox, which has $27 million locked. So, you know, this thing was pretty poppin' when it first launched, and the price of Fox was like $100, and now it's $2, right? So always remember the ponzinomics, the tokenomics. Like this number is not real, but could be something to look into. Polycake, something that you can be early into, that's quote unquote safe. And you know, if I go into this and I get rugged, like I'm not going to blame the Rug Doctor, right? The only person to blame is yourself. This is done with, you know, they're like a team, like their best effort and like their best knowledge. it's always code, and like developers can integrate like weird tricks into the code where they can like rug without it being detected. So always do your own research. If you get rugged, the only person to blame is you. If I get rugged, I'm only going to blame myself. So yeah, Polycake, something to look into. It's a new farm. I'll probably be aping into it. An example of a farm that I found early on that turned out to be a potential rug was called Polygaj, where it's like an elephant farm with 2 million locked. Developer is this guy Gajesh. He has this weird cover photo. But according to the rug doctor, this developer has a history of hard and soft rugging in BSC. So I think there was a project called Fugu where Gajesh literally rugged, right? And he claimed it was a hack, but high probability of a rug. So apparently, like, the guy cannot steal your staked assets, right? So he can't run away with your money, but he minted a lot of tokens to himself, so he can just dump on you whenever he wants. So whenever he decides to dump on you, like the price of Gaj is $8, but if he dumps on you, it might be like 50 cents, right? So this is a great tool to have. I would love to share this with the community. I would love to, Rug Doctor, if you're watching this, I would love to have a chat with you to talk about, like, because I think this guy is like the unsung hero in the farmer community, in Polygon and in Binance Smart Chain. So yeah, this is the way you identify farms early on and vouch for the code. It's always nice to know like Solidity developers that can look at the code itself. I have a couple friends that I ask, like, does this code look safe? And if Rug Doctor says it's safe and my friends say it's safe, then I'll leave into that. And that's why I did Gameswap. Let's see, like literally, like I claimed like an hour ago, but now I have 32 stonks at $2 a stonk. So it's a pretty decent hourly, and I'm pretty sure this thing is going to go to zero, but while it's still thriving, I'll be claiming. If you like the content, please like and subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.